I just started playing the 100 baby challenge on my Twitch channel this week. I don't really know why I'm doing this because a couple years ago after I finished it, I swore I would never do it again. And yet here we are doing it again. But because of this, I've kind of grown accustomed to playing with a very large family in a really small house. You get so many perks from living in tiny homes in The Sims, and those perks are really useful for challenges like this. Specifically micro homes, if your house is less than 32 tiles, you get like double skill gain, double relationship gain. Even your plants grow twice as fast. I mean, everything gets bonuses in these micro homes. And I've done this challenge before where I tried to build a micro home that can sleep 8 Sims, but I feel like every time I do this, I end up making the same sort of style house. And so today I want to try it again, but maybe aim for a slightly more modern look to the building. I found this house plan on Etsy that I thought was really cute. We're obviously not going to be able to build exactly this. I mean, there's like a platform here. We can't do that. Even like this porch, we can't really do that either. But I kind of liked the vibe of this. I liked the windows, I liked the color scheme, and this sort of lighter toned wood. So we're gonna use that as our inspiration, and we're gonna try to build a micro home for an 8 Sim family. So when I say that we can't use platforms, what I mean is that these count as tiles. So normally when I'm building a modern sort of house, I'll use platforms as roofs everywhere, but this platform right here is already 15 out of our 32 tiles. So we most definitely cannot use platforms like anywhere. What we can do though is try to make some fake rooms. So you see when I close this off, that counts as tiles, and that's 24. So the 32 tile limit is really small. But if you take a wall and you just add it in like this, we've built a room, but the game doesn't count it as being a room. It's just an enclosed space. We can put some flooring in there. You can put a roof on top. And then all of a sudden, we've got a room that isn't really a room. It counts as 0 tiles. So we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do some faking to try and make this work. I really liked that big front porch they had, but we're gonna have to just have ours flat to the ground and not be raised, so that doesn't count as any tiles. Even this is 66 tiles. That's like twice the size of what we can actually do. That is only 30. So maybe this part right here could be the only real room in the whole building. Oh no, I just realized the only place we can have a second floor is where the real room is, because the room is what has a roof. And if you put any roof pieces down, that counts as tiles. So that kind of complicates things. This piece over here on the side is 32 tiles exactly. So maybe I could use that. Maybe something like this as the main shape could work. I don't know what I'm doing. This doesn't look like a modern house. This doesn't look like anything. I kind of want to put a dormer. I bet we could do this and then delete the back walls. See, that looks kind of cool. Okay, I actually kind of like that. There's a lot of fake walls going on here, but oh no. I just realized this isn't a room, so this is gonna clip. I don't think this roof's gonna work. Let me see if I can get this to be the right size, but on the, oh no. Okay, so the answer is no. I don't know what to do about that. Oh no, this is like really, really, really not helpful. I have no idea what to do about this. And this part is still outdoors. The lighting doesn't look closed in like this part does. Why? Why is that? Any solutions? Because I don't have one. Oh my god, look at that. This is why this is so weird. When I extend this roof out, it makes the walls look like they're indoors, but not the floor. What if I extend this all the way? No? Really, really, really cool. Okay, what if we did it with multiple pieces? Kind of like this? No. No, that looks really bad. Okay. I don't love the side of this, but it makes the roof actually fit. I also would like to have some sort of overhang, but I can't. So I don't know what to do about this part. Unless we give ourselves some extra overhang? I don't know. I don't like this build. This build is scary. Oh no. Look at that. This column has like weird glitched lighting. Is that gonna happen everywhere? Okay, no, it's just gonna happen in the front corner. Why? Oh no. Is it gonna do that everywhere? Why am I doing this build? Never mind. I don't need columns. I don't want columns. I didn't want them in the first place. It's fine. All right, I put windows, but we are sort of having a bit of a situation down here. It looks like that. I don't really know what to do about that. The lighting is so weird. I guess we'll just have to do a different floor there on purpose and like embrace the fact that it looks like that. If we use like a cool stone or something, we can make it seem like it's supposed to be blue. One other slight problem is that we need to have a way to get upstairs, and this is the only place where the upstairs is. So I can't really split this area into the bedrooms the way that I wanted to. Okay, right now I'm thinking that we could maybe put a bathroom here because we could use this area as the kitchen. And then this can be the living room. This, I don't know. This is just useless space, to be honest. And then I guess bedrooms. I hate that the floor is doing this. I don't know what to do about it. Okay, here's an idea. What if we had a Murphy bed? We could totally put the Murphy bed right here. We could probably put it like right here. Obviously when the bed is down, it would kind of block the staircase a little bit, but that's okay. That's why it's a Murphy bed. Like you would just put it up when you need to go up and down the stairs. And then this room can kind of become like a mini primary bedroom or something. That gives us a bedroom here. And then we have the upstairs as another bedroom. So that way we can split up some of the kids. That's 2 Sims. We could probably put maybe like twin infants in here, like a nursery, and then upstairs we can have 4 more beds for the older kids. I am literally going to use like every single item from Tiny Living in this build. I think this little corner right here is kind of cute for a dining section. This kitchen also I think fits really well in the corner. I am not loving the floor. I think the floor looks so ugly. I really don't know what to do about this. It's partially just because I know that it's not supposed to look like that. So by extension, it looks really weird. We could try to make it look like it's on purpose. It just like, I don't know. The blue is incredibly odd. Ooh, okay, maybe that ties it together. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better now that we have some furniture in here. I'm still not obsessed with the floor, but I do think it's kind of pulling together. I want to use that growing together tile, but you like actually can't see it on this wall. You can see it better here. Yeah, the walls are just like so glowy. You can kind of see it on the cabinets now. Oh, we should also add the money trash can, because with this, if you put plates in there, you get 10 simoleons per sim in your household. So if this is an 8 sim house, if you put 1 plate in there, you get 80 simoleons. So if like all 8 sims eat dinner, you got 8 plates, each plate worth 80. You'd make like 640 simoleons per meal that you feed your sims. I'm gonna let myself buy some kind of expensive bathroom stuff too. Like I probably shouldn't buy this really expensive tub, but the house is just so small and like you got so many sims. We deserve to have some nice like kitchen appliances, a nice TV, things that'll make a big difference in actual gameplay. Oh no. Okay, so we can't put any of the matching wallpapers because they don't match the floor. These two, the wall and the floor, are the same swatch, if that puts our lighting problem better into perspective. The lighting on the floor is messed up, so it's making everything look blue. Actually, let's put a computer in here. The bed, again, is gonna be impossible to walk around when it's down. This is the amount of space it's gonna take up, but I feel like it's worthwhile to have functional stuff in this weird hallway. It makes this room actually make more sense. Oh no. I don't want to use any of these colors. Okay, I kind of like the idea of these little poofs here because these are like seats. I don't think the size down one will work, but this one will, the bigger one. And in real life, in a house like this, it'd be nice to have some extra little seats that you can kind of pull up because there's, you know, 8 sims living here, so you need enough room for them all to sit down. This is awful of me, but honestly, when I've had more than 1 infant in my house at a time, like if I've had twins, genuinely, I've just not bothered having a second crib, and I've sometimes only had these play mats and just let them sleep there. Especially in the 100 baby challenge, I just have a bunch of these and I have no cribs. Is it cheating for me to only put one of these and say that it counts for a baby in our micro home? I mean, yeah, probably, but also if that's actually how I play the game, does it really count as cheating? Yeah, it does. It does count. I'm sorry, I won't do it. Okay, so in here there's a toddler bed, there's a blarfy, we have the crib. I might try to add just a couple other toys. Maybe like this fake toy box from Parenthood, because that gives us an excuse to put a couple things like this down so the Sims have more things to play with. And then upstairs, we need to fit 4 more beds, which actually I don't think will be too bad. I wonder if we put the beds kind of like this. I know it's kind of weird because there's like a lot of beds happening, but I guess there's kind of some separation this way. So each kid like almost has some of their own space. Not really. I mean, I've built bedrooms for 1 sim that are bigger than this. Oh my God. I was thinking about putting this, but maybe not. It's a little bit big. We could probably have a dollhouse though. I love this science table also, but we kind of have to be careful about space because it's a little bit tight over here. So I put a little bit of decor, like a lamp, some little things on the wall, big bookshelf, stuff like that. And I think that that could probably be the whole interior finished. There's plenty of space for 8 Sims in here, and now we just gotta figure out a way to make the outside look less awful. I'm running out of money too, so I might just cheat for it. We can have 1 challenge at a time. It doesn't have to be a budget challenge. It can just be a tiny house challenge. I kind of want wanted to put those cool slats because the picture that we were looking at had stuff like that. So I might try it there. And honestly, I might just paint the outside like all white. The back looks so bad. I don't want to look at this part. Just ignore that. Look at this. This is the same color as in here. This is supposed to be the same swatch. I kind of like the idea of using these debug stepping stones. It might be kind of cute to have those to walk up to the front door. Then we can get a nice mailbox, and maybe we could try to put some sort of planters. Do you think that these look, no, the size is so weird on them. I guess sized up it might be okay. I really like those little flowers. Does that look totally random though? I don't think so. This doesn't look as good as I hoped it would. I had way higher expectations for this build. I guess that's what always happens though. I come into this thinking it's gonna be so good, but then it's a micro home and it's hard to do that. The back really needs help, so maybe we could put some of those vertical planters from Eco Lifestyle, cause this kind of, oh, out of money. Cause that kind of gives like some height to this wall that otherwise has no windows. And it also gives your Sims something to do, cause right now there's not really a lot going on outside. And then we can just add some terrain paint in underneath all of this landscaping. And that honestly might be the house totally finished. Is it the best house I've ever built? No. But it's probably the best 8-sim micro home that I've ever built. It's really hard to do this kind of thing and then have it still look interesting. I was trying to make sure we had enough seating for everyone, so hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. There's a seat for all 8 Sims, and technically the infant doesn't even need a chair. So they'll be fine. We've got 2 beds in here, 2 beds in here, and then 4 beds upstairs, which makes 8. We have a full kitchen. The only problem is that we only have 1 bathroom. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot a toddler potty. Okay, that's good. We have a toddler potty now. I guess I also didn't put a high chair, but I don't know. I don't really use them that much. And you don't technically need one. So in a house this small, they're lucky they have a dining table. I got a thermostat. Oh, and the last thing, we'll grab an outdoor trash can. And that, my friends, is the full house finished. How many beds would you say this is? I guess technically it's like maybe 2 bedrooms. Maybe we could call it 3 bedrooms if we say that hallway with the Murphy bed's 1, the nursery's 1, and then upstairs is the 3rd. I did use quite a few packs, so for that I apologize, but I'm gonna stick it on the gallery. I've definitely built base game 8-sim micro homes before, but this one is simply not one of them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I really, really love making tiny homes in this game, partially because the challenge of it is fun. It's kind of cool to try and fit stuff into such small spaces, but also they're just so useful for gameplay because you get so many perks. I don't know if I'd actually use this house for 8 Sims, but you could totally have like maybe a parent, a baby, and then 2 kids sharing this space. And it's actually like a super reasonably sized house for that. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Have the best rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Actually, today on my Twitch streams, I'm gonna be building some more. So if you wanna come watch my stream tonight, my name's just lilsimsie on Twitch. I'll link it down below. And we're raising money for charity.